Managing a modern educational institution requires balancing hundreds of continuous variables. A principal must coordinate staff schedules, track standardized testing metrics, and ensure student welfare, all while operating under strict local constraints. Historically, the role of a principal was viewed almost exclusively as a top-down administrative manager, an overseer who enforces district rules from behind a desk. The modern Malaysian educational ecosystem demands a highly localized approach. Schools operate across diverse socioeconomic backgrounds, from dense urban centers to remote rural districts, and a rigid one-size-fits-all management style often fails to address these specific needs. Academic literature defines the solution to this complexity as contextual leadership. This is the specific ability to diagnose the realities of a local environment and adapt administrative tactics to fit those exact conditions. Researchers have quantified exactly what this looks like in practice, mapping the necessary behaviors into a formal tripartite framework known as the MyCLIPS model. We start with the core target of this framework. This central space represents the optimal state of contextual leadership, but that core state cannot exist in a vacuum. It relies on three specific structural pillars to enclose and support it. Effective leadership results from a distinct architecture of specific executable behaviors. To build this architecture, we have to start at the bottom, establishing the non-negotiable anchor for all subsequent actions. That base is pedagogical support. Every other trait a principal possesses must rest directly on top of their academic competence. The framework defines the first specific requirement of this base. The principal must be exemplary. In a school environment, this means maintaining deep knowledge of curriculum design and instructional methods. They must be the foremost expert on actual teaching. From that standard, the focus shifts to active mentorship. The principal must use their expertise to inspire teachers. This is treated as a deliberate pedagogical strategy. It involves identifying gaps in instructional skill and mentoring educators to elevate classroom delivery. Finally, these actions are tethered directly to the institution. The principal must actively support the school's broader goals. By aligning every mentorship session and curriculum update with specific, measurable targets set for the facility, the principal ensures their pedagogical support remains tightly focused. Without this firm grounding in actual teaching methodology, any subsequent administrative interventions will lack credibility with the staff. Once the academic baseline is established, the framework addresses the human infrastructure required to manage a large staff. The right flank of the leadership structure is collegiality. The model treats collegiality as an active, structural workflow, requiring constant communication and interactive engagement. A principal cannot operate behind closed doors. Leadership here is a two-way process, ensuring information flows up from the classrooms just as efficiently as directives flow down. This workflow requires specific emotional attributes, explicitly dictating warmth and empathy. Within the MyCLIPS framework, these are evaluated as measurable academic tools, essential for maintaining staff cohesion and securing buy-in for new initiatives. The final traits complete this relational flank, a humanistic approach coupled with genuine concern. When managing heavy workloads and teacher burnout, a leader must recognize their staff as individuals with physical and mental limits, adjusting operational demands to preserve the overall health of the faculty. Profound pedagogical knowledge holds little value if a principal lacks the collegial infrastructure to transmit that knowledge to their educators. This leaves one final missing element required to elevate an effective manager into a contextual leader. The left flank closes the triangle with contextual intelligence, acting as the engine of adaptability. This pillar begins with a data gathering phase, demanding situational awareness and openness. The principal must continuously read the socioeconomic realities of their local district. They update their understanding of what the student body currently needs. That data then drives the action phase. The leader must be proactive and a forward thinker. Rather than reacting to immediate crises, the principal uses environmental awareness to anticipate challenges and implement strategies before a breakdown occurs. The final attributes define how the leader executes policy. They must be flexible and highly responsive to context. Rigid adherence to standard operating procedures often fails when applied to unique local problems. The leader adjusts the rules to fit the actual reality on the ground. Contextual intelligence is the critical variable that ensures an administration can stabilize during unexpected shifts in curriculum, policy, or local emergencies. With all three flanks established, we can view the fully constructed theoretical architecture as a single unified tool. This complete image shows the official MyCLIPS framework, capped by the model's title at the top apex and stabilized by overlapping nodes at the corners. Those large corner circles represent the essential binding joints, where these different leadership domains overlap and reinforce each other. If a principal operates with high collegiality but lacks contextual intelligence, they may be well loved by their staff, but the school will quickly fall behind when educational standards or demographics change. Conversely, if a principal possesses elite pedagogical skills but zero collegiality, their strict academic policies will result in staff alienation and teacher turnover. True contextual leadership is exclusively located at the exact center of these forces, achieved only when all three external pressures are balanced. Mastering the Malaysian school environment requires an unbroken balance of rigorous teaching support, human connection, and highly adaptive strategy. The MyCLIPS model provides the exact metrics to achieve this balance. It stands as a precise, actionable diagnostic rubric for evaluating current administrations and training the next generation of educational leaders.